All right, guys, welcome back to the mountain. We're gonna head up for another adventure here. Look who I found.
What's up?
Josh. If you guys don't know Josh, some of you guys probably follow this guy, right? Instagram, Antler Trader. He is probably one of the most dedicated shed hunters I've ever followed. I followed him for probably 3 or 4 years, and I swear he spends more days on the mountain looking for sheds probably than anybody I know. Because he is the antler man. Antler Trader.
It's just a passion. I love it.
So this has been like a trip in the works for a couple years at least. Yeah. Him and I going together. So we're hitting some new country that neither of us have hit before, right?
Yeah.
Shedicate they call it, right? So if you're gonna go out with someone, you got to find new spots. But it's gonna be fun because we have not been here. We're gonna get to explore and learn a lot about this country, and hopefully find the bone zone.
Oh, for sure.
That's what we're gonna do. Hike up this ridge right here behind me, and go look for brown elk sheds, or white. Find anything.
Anything. I don't care.
Right?
Sheds are sheds.
So, and guys, we did a shed antler giveaway a few videos ago. We're gonna do that on this trip. So we haven't found a shed to give you yet, but we will. Between us, we will find a shed for you guys. Who's gonna find the first one?
I'm gonna let you.
Let me. Thanks, dude. We have relocated to a new area. Earlier was not producing. That area I feel like was too high in elevation. So we've dropped quite a ways down and took a 4-wheeler trail. Got the old Honda out. And we're up in this lowland, cedars and stuff like that. But I am gonna work my way up in elevation to get to where I can do some glassing. Being that this is a new area, I just want to glass, scout, see what I can find with the binos, and walk less. So we'll see if getting up here on this hill, right up there, does any good for me. This thing just saved me from getting skunked all day. I'm buried up. Ooh, look at that. It's even got a cheater. How cool. Little deer shed. Kind of old. But hey, we're on the board, guys. Day 1. Didn't quite turn out like we hoped. But sometimes that's the way it goes, you know. You come out here and it's just like hunting or fishing. You don't always get what you're after. And that's why it's so fun. It's the anticipation of wondering if you are going to find them, if you are going to find the right area or not. But this is definitely not the area we want to be in. We're looking for elk mainly. Picked up a deer shed. But hopefully tomorrow we can find a better area and get into some bigger and more sheds. Break time. Sitting by the fire trying to dry up with Josh.
Got a little wet.
We came up the ridge, the big long ridge, finally got up here super high, and it started dumping on us, just pouring rain. And it's hard to tell now. This was kind of covered up my backpack, but we got pretty wet. Decided to hunker underneath this tree right here, this nice tree, and build a fire and dry out. So it's lunchtime. This has been my go-to on the mountain. A tuna packet. And I will actually mix in some avocado, see that in there? And I like to put like nuts, almonds, cashews, and things like that in there just to give it a little texture. But that's lunch for now. We're gonna take a break, but heck, the rain's kind of already passed. But all right, guys, we are struggling on the shed, so we have changed our energy to cliff-dwelling toads. We're coming down these ledges, and it's steep. Oh, and yeah. Right here, a toad, like a stone-colored toad, went hopping up in this little cave hole. So he's gonna catch him. Let's see what you got. Highlight of the day, seeing this guy. I've never seen one like that. Wow. He's so, I mean, it rained, so he must have. Oh, wow, he's a jumper.
Yeah, he's just a little frog.
Wow.
Slow down, dude.
Look at that. I mean, he's soaking wet. Obviously, he has a really cool home right here. where it probably stays fairly moist. You can see how there's like moss and stuff growing in this crack. This is probably his home right here. Cool little guy. Whoa, pretty aggressive. He knows right where to go. Watch, he'll go right up in there. What are you doing living in the cliffs, buddy? Gone. Isn't that crazy? I've seen plenty of frogs, plenty of toads, but just not in this country. Like, look where we're at. I think he's got it made, man. I don't know if he's got any buddies up here, though.
Sheep toad.
Sheep toad. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I'm going to look that up. I'm going to figure out what that is. If any of you guys know what kind of toad that is, comment in the description. Let me just tell you about my day. This could be a bummer day. I'm not going to lie. Earlier was kind of a bummer day. I'll tell you why. First off, I did not find any sheds today. Actually, I did. I matched up Josh's set, old deer sheds. But we got to hike in some of the coolest looking country. Like, honestly, it was really, really cool looking country. Second of all, today the Utah hunting draw results came out. I got the email. Unsuccessful, guys. I do not have a hunting license in the state of Utah. Not a deer, not an elk, or the moose that I put in for, which I expect not to draw for moose. So, bummer day, right? Kind of a downer, but now that I'm at camp with Josh, hanging out by a fire, I have elk burger cooking on the Camp Chef, a bunch of mixed vegetables. I'm gonna do a big taco salad. And we have probably one of the most beautiful nights I've had this year. I don't know if you can see the moon, but we have good skies, clear skies. We can see the stars, and it is freaking awesome out here. I'm not gonna lie. This is the hush life. Hanging out in the middle of the mountains with one of your buddies, swapping stories about all our hunting experiences and how we got started filming hunts and all the bucks we've killed and big bulls, and just enjoying an open fire in the middle of nowhere. There's nobody else up here. Cooking good food, and that just makes the day that much better. I mean, when you're up here in the middle of nowhere, like, all of life's worries just go away. Those of you guys that do this, you understand. That's probably what keeps you guys going out like we do and watching these videos. But for those of you that don't get to do this often, I would challenge you to just go camping. Even if you have to sleep in the back of your car, if you have to sleep under the stars, get out, enjoy the outdoors, find some friends or family members that'll go with you. Be safe, of course, but go out into the woods, into the desert, the mountains, wherever you're at, and go camp for a night. Cook yourself a hot dog over the fire, get yourself a Camp Chef, do something like that, and just relax, man. Get away from the city. If you guys live in the city, like, get out and experience this stuff. I mean, we didn't find sheds, which was the ultimate goal, but honestly, this trip, priceless. All right, guys, it is now day 3. New area, new spot, and I've been working my butt off to get way up here in these ledges, and finally decided if I cannot glass a shed out here, then maybe it's just not shed country. So I started picking it apart because I have really good elevation. Started hitting ridge to ridge, and then I started looking through the thick stuff, and sure enough, I just spotted my first elk shed today. It's white. I can't tell how big it is. It's gonna be tough to see, but let me see if I can show you. Down in this area right here. But now that I'm this high, I definitely don't want to drop down and lose all my elevation, so I'm just gonna skirt around these ledges and glass everything down below me. Definitely a good shed. Looks like a 6-point. Let's see if I can show you guys what I can see when I glassed it. And that shed is laying right there. So I'm gonna go pick that one first, and then on the way down I've got number 2 to go pick up. So 2, better than 0, that's for sure. I'm just gonna hit each one of these little ridges and continue to glass everything I can. That's what's nice, is every time you hit a different ridge, you kind of come over the top of that one and opens up to the next one. So It's always exciting glassing them up. You can see it clear as day with my eyes now. It looks pretty big. Moment of truth. Let's see what kind of condition this thing is. Nice. Not extremely old. Might even be last year's. A solid white. Looked bigger in the binos, of course. They always look bigger in the binoculars. Not a bad bull. Tried to be a 7-point, but I think that one down below is about that same size. Just a good bull. Right, time to pick it up. Yeah, that shed is in good shape. Hardly cracked, just some hairline cracks. Must be last year's. That's a good sign. Throw that on the horn hunter. And move on to the next one. So much better when you're packing some bone. Look, there's still some elk hair right in his burr. Look at that. Sweet. On to the next one. Right, we're getting real close to this this other shed, which was the first one I glassed up. It's right around here somewhere. Quite a bit more elk sign in here from this year, but no brown elk sheds yet. Let's see. Where are you at? It'd take me a minute to find it. Everything looks different, of course. There it is. Looks like a pretty good one. Left side. Let's see. Yeah. Solid 6-point. Look at the 5th on that. Pretty good. Royal's not very long. Well, that's a good sign. 2 mature bulls that shed right in this little basin. This one being a little bigger. Definitely not a match, which is good. I'd like to have 2 singles that I can try to match up in here. Let's pull that sucker out. Man, so short on the Royal. Fifth is way better than the Royal is. That's funny. That is a solid horn. If the Royal would have matched the 5th or been as tall, that would have been really nice. But a decent bull, decent mass, average mass, really weak on the 3rd, but front's pretty nice. Nice burr on him. Sure would like to find more. Guess the only way to do that is to keep going, right? There it is. Solid 6-point bull, left side. Probably a little better than average on the mass. Kind of weird how short his Royal is compared to his tall 5th. But still got some color on this side. Throw him on the pack and get out of here. Always feels good to put a couple on the old horn hunter. I feel like you accomplished something. Not bad. Alright guys, that is the end of our trip. We hit it hard on the last day. Luckily I stumbled on these 2. Pretty decent 6 points, but like promised, we're gonna give away an antler. Okay guys, I don't know what happened to that clip, but it got cut short. I either ran out of battery or memory card space, but I thought I was filming on that clip until I was editing it right here. So for a chance to win this antler, signed by myself and Antler Trader, simple rules guys, just like last time. Subscribe to the Hushin channel and go over to Josh's channel and subscribe to Antler Trader. There will be a link in the description box below. So step 1, subscribe to Hushin. Step 2, subscribe to Antler Trader, and step 3, come back to this video and comment done below when you did both of that. So that's all you have to do. And you can win this antler and start your own barnwood trophy wall. Doesn't that look good though? Anyways guys, thanks for watching again. That was super fun doing a collaboration video with Josh. If you guys have any other big YouTubers that are into hunting and fishing you want to see us do a collaboration video, let us know in the comments below and we'll make that happen.